Ohio State made a major effort to rebuild its roster this offseason after losing more than 30 players to the transfer portal, and one of the most intriguing additions was former Alabama defensive lineman Qua Russaw. The talented edge defender arrived in Columbus alongside his former Crimson Tide teammate James Smith, giving the Buckeyes another versatile piece to work with on the defensive front. But Russaw recently admitted that Ohio State was not an automatic choice for him when he first visited the program. In fact, when he left Columbus, he was unsure whether joining the Buckeyes was the right move. That changed after he spent more time talking with the coaching staff, especially defensive coordinator Matt Patricia. Russaw explained that he also explored other opportunities, including visits to Tennessee and Notre Dame, but ultimately believed Ohio State offered something unique. The biggest factor was Patricia's ability to design a defense that could move players around and put them in positions where they could succeed. For Russaw, that flexibility was extremely important. He understood that Ohio State had several talented players competing for opportunities at outside linebacker and along the edge, but Patricia's defensive system gave him confidence that there would be a role for him. That could become a major advantage for the Buckeyes this season. Patricia showed last year that he was willing to use multiple defensive looks and rotate his personnel, allowing different players to contribute without necessarily needing to be traditional starters. Russaw believes that approach can help him make an impact even if he does not immediately earn a starting job. His production at Alabama was relatively modest last season, when he recorded 13 total tackles, but his freshman campaign in 2024 showed more promise as he finished with twice that number. Now he has a fresh opportunity at Ohio State and a chance to play in one of college football's most talented defensive programs. The timing could not be better for Russaw because the Buckeyes have significant holes to fill on the defensive line. Ohio State returns only Kenyatta Jackson from last year's defensive line group, while several key players from the championship-caliber defense moved on to the NFL. The Buckeyes lost 3 first-round defensive selections, making the task of rebuilding the unit especially difficult. Russaw will compete with multiple defensive line transfers for playing time, but his versatility could help him stand out. Patricia has already demonstrated that he knows how to maximize different skill sets, and Ohio State will need that creativity again. The Buckeyes were one of the nation's best defenses last season, and expectations remain extremely high entering the new campaign. A slight step backward would be understandable considering the amount of talent that departed, but Ohio State still has enough depth and coaching to remain among the country's elite defensive units. If Patricia can once again develop a defense capable of ranking near the top nationally, his reputation as one of the game's best defensive coordinators will only grow. Ryan Day clearly believed Patricia was essential enough to bring him back for another season, and now the defensive coordinator has the challenge of proving that decision was the right one. For Russaw, the opportunity is equally important. He chose Ohio State because he believed Patricia would find the right way to use him, and now he has the chance to show Buckeye fans exactly what he can bring to the defense. This could be one of the most interesting transfer stories to watch as the season unfolds. If you enjoy Ohio State football updates, transfer news, recruiting stories, and game day coverage, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest Buckeye news. The season is approaching, expectations are high, and Qua Russaw could become an important part of Ohio State's next defensive chapter.